We from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. What's
Yes,
going
sir.
down, family?
What's going down, Coach? We good? Loud and clear, my brother. What's up,
What's going?
LJ?
What's the deal, players?
Hey
Same old
man,
shit.
and we
Y'all
are
hear me?
back. We are
Yeah.
back. Yeah, we got you. We are back in effect. Brothers
Okay.
and bits. What's going on, gamblers all around the world? I'm the coach, joining in on this NBA action with my boys Marley Bit, Mr. Bits, and the boy LJ from Houston. How y'all boys doing on this Friday?
Well, a little rainy, but I'm feeling good. Feeling good, especially after yesterday. Had a great day yesterday at the
Hey,
office. You know what I'm saying? Can't complain.
Hey,
hey, I had an
Dave, the
excellent day
Rockets
too,
is
sir.
trash.
Back-to-back days, actually.
Well, let's just kind of go over it
Hey,
real
now that
quick
you took
while
the Rockets
I
plus
share this
12.
all out.
I almost did too. I didn't, but I almost did.
I ain't gonna
I
front.
did.
I ain't gonna front. I tried to do a live bet with the Bucks minus 11 and a half first half and got my ass popped. So
I
it's
stayed away
all
from that
good.
hoe.
It's all good. But we're 2-0 on my official picks. You know what I'm saying? With the information that you provided, Marley,
Yes,
did
sir.
pretty
Yes, sir.
good. So can't really complain. How do you do, LJ? Overall? Can you hear me?
Looked like he froze up. There you go. How you do overall yesterday, LJ?
Well, how'd you do yesterday? I know they
Well,
can see
shit.
you.
LJ, you might have to come in. We can't hear you. But yeah, I went 3-1 yesterday. On my official plays. My parlay hit. I gave actually I think I went 4-1 because I think I gave first half as a play. Because I think I said I'm on Brooklyn first half and full game. But if we don't count that, I still went 3-1 regardless. The one was Detroit, and we was really the Pistons was in that game all the way up until the end. Um, but other than that, your boy had a good day. I mean, I hit first half Nets, full game Nets, Denver full game parlay, money line, 2-team parlay. I did two parlays, money line parlay with Denver and the Nuggets. Then I did the spread parlay with both of them. So hit both of those. Like we had a good day yesterday.
That's what's up, man. That's
Sound
what's
like
up.
me.
Listen. Can you hear us now? LJ?
Yeah, I'm trying to get somewhere that got better Wi-Fi though. So
It's all good.
I'm almost here.
What's up, United Dave? Sorry
Hey,
ass Rockets.
man, them Rockets trash, bro. He just got luck. They just came up.
That boy
They just
Porter went off for
got
50 last night. That's what happened. Porter
he
Jr. Lit their ass up for 50.
man. All
But
right,
it
hold
happened.
on.
We'll
I'm
get into
coming.
it.
I'm coming. I just gotta share to one more page, and we are ready to go. So y'all bear with me. We've been
Let's
invited.
talk to the good. Hey, 49ers got that boy Trey Lance, though.
I know, and that was plus 200, and they took it off. They took
I
it off.
said it too. I said that's all I've been hearing is Trey Lance, Trey Lance, Trey Lance.
And that's the one I was gonna jump all over, dog. I was gonna jump all over that, man. I was trying to be all over that, but and as you can see, I got my boy Fields. I wish the Panthers would. The Panthers was tripping, man. Like come on, bro. Like come on, man. Like we had a chance to take Fields.
Sam,
Even if you don't take Fields, even if you don't take Fields and you do go corner, you don't get Surtain the second. Like, come
I
on,
know.
man. Like J.C.
Yeah, I don't know.
Horn, like, come on.
I don't know why they didn't
But
go with Surtain. That was kind of crazy.
but
But
we shall see.
yeah,
We shall see.
we shall see.
That's what to get the big bucks for. But Hey man, let's jump right into it. We got a couple of games we need to cover, some good Friday night action, good matchups. So let's jump right into it. The first game on today's slate is the Hawks taking on the 76ers. This line opened up in favor of the 76ers -9, and the total was 222.5. Right now that line is still in favor of Philly -9.5, and an over/under is at 220. Actuals, Atlanta Hawks 34-29 on the year. They are 34-28-1 against the spread, while the 76ers are 1-20.
Oh, I think we lost you, Coach.
Mic check.
Yeah,
You
there
got
you
me?
go. Yep.
Okay, yeah. Fucking Sebastian calling me. Anyway, 76 41-21 on the year, 32-26-4 against the spread. Get to these actual factuals. The Atlanta Hawks, they are 11-5 against the spread in the last 16 games. The unders hit 7 out of the last 10. They are 11-5 straight up in the last 16 games. 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 games against Philly, though. The unders hit 4 out of the last 5 against for Atlanta on the games on the road. They are 1-4 against the spread on the last 5 games when playing on the road against Philly. 11-4 straight up in the last 15 games against the Eastern Conference opponent. And the overs hit 8 out of the last 10 when going against an Atlantic Division opponent. And they are 11-5 against the spread in the last 16 games played in the month of April. 76ers, the unders hit 10 out of the last 13. They're 2-4 straight up in the last 6 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 5 at home. They're 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games when playing at home against Atlanta. The unders hit 5 out of the last 7. They're 9-3 straight up in the last 12 games against the Eastern Conference opponent. 5-0, and I repeat, 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games against the Southeast Division opponent, and 8-3 against the spread in the last 11 games played on a Friday. Injury reports for the Hawks. Snell, he is probable for today's game. Capella, he is questionable. Bogdanovic, I know I butchered that name, but he is questionable for today's game.
Bogdanovic.
He's questionable for today's game as well. Huter, he is doubtful. Trey Young, he is questionable for today's game. 76ers, Scott, he is the only one questionable for today's game against Atlanta. The Hawks are on a 2-game losing streak. They lost to Philly on the 28th.
Last game.
The last game. They lost to them 127-83. When Philly on a 2-game winning streak, they beat OKC, a team they're supposed to beat, and they beat Atlanta 127-83. Like I said, a team that they're supposed to beat. So 76ers versus Atlanta. LJ, Marley, what y'all got?
Me? Go ahead, LJ. You got it.
Hey. Well, since Philadelphia beat the shit out the Hawks a couple of games ago,
Shit.
I'm gonna take the Hawks plus the points because I think they're gonna be looking for some get back. Not necessarily saying they're gonna win the game, but I think they got embarrassed, and I think they want to prove that they are not that team that got whooped by almost 40 points. So, with that being said, I have respect for the Sixers, like I said, but I just think it's gonna be a swing in the pendulum today, and I'm gonna take the Hawks plus the 9.5. My play.
I can't do it. I like the Hawks. But the way they got their ass beat last game, something must be happening in that game too, because UA just took it off the board. So somebody is probably playing. I'm thinking it's Trey Young is gonna play.
Yep.
So if you probably if you didn't take that 9.5, you just missed it because it's gonna come down to probably about 7. 7.5. He worth at least 2 points, I think. But with that being said, I can't take him just because Capella's hurt, even if he play, and Embiid's gonna dominate a healthy Capella, let alone an injured Capella. But do Philly care about blowing them out by 9.5? I don't know. Too many injuries on the Hawks. If Bogdanovic and Trey Young played, I really would have took that 9, probably even take it at 7.5. But I just don't know who the fuck the Hawks are going to throw out there, and that's my problem. I wanted to jump on the under 220. I was just about to take it, but I'm glad I didn't because the Trae Young play, they probably go over that. But I don't know what lineup I'm going to get with Atlanta, so I can't take a side. That kind of I don't know. Trae Young playing Bogdanovich, Collins. I mean, it's just too many injuries on Atlanta side, and Philly is 24-7 at home. So like I don't think they're gonna lose. So you can only be kind of hoping for a cover. And like I don't want to bet on a team that I don't think have a chance to win, and I'm only hoping that they cover. So I'm passing. It's a stay away just because I don't know what's on the injury report.
Okay. Yeah, I'm passing on this game too. I have no interest in this game right here. So let's get to the comment section. Smart parlay of the night: Wizards money line, Suns money line.
I got some parlays tonight for you, United Days.
United Days,
but United Days, that is a smart parlay though. That is a smart parlay. I agree. For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get on to the next game. We got the Washington Wizards taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. This line opened up in favor of the Wizards -7. The total's at 223.5. Right now, that line is still as a consensus -7, still in favor of the Wizards. Some spots have it at 6.5, but right now it's at 7. The total is at 228.5 right now. I get these actual factuals for this game. The Wizards coming off of an upset victory. I don't know if you could call it an upset.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if it was an upset, but yeah.
But they were a big underdog, right? What was it, like 4 or 5?
No, I want to say that was like a 2-point line.
Okay. Well, anyways, we got the Wizards. They are 28-34 on the year, 34-28 against the spread, while the Cavaliers are 21-41 on the year, and they are just 24-38 against the spread. Actual factuals: Wizards 8-2 against the spread last 10 games. The unders hit 6 out of last 9. They're 9-1 straight up in the last 10 games, 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 games on the road. The overs hit 5 out of the last 6 when playing on the road against Cleveland. 11-2 straight up in the last 13 games, 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games against an opponent in the Eastern Conference. And they are 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games when playing against the Central Division. Cleveland Cavaliers, they are 1-7 against the spread. In the last 8 games, the overs hit 4 out of the last 6. They're 1-7 straight up in the last 8 games. The overs hit 5 out of the last 7 against the Washington Wizards. They're 1-6 straight up in the last 7 games at home. 2-9 straight up in the last 11 games this season. 1-6 against the spread in the last 7 games against an opponent in the Eastern Conference. 1-6 against the spread in the last 7 games against an opponent in the Southeast Division, and the total has gone over 4 out of the last 6 when playing in the month of April. Injury reports for the Wizards: they got 2 guys that have been out for majority of the season, while Cavaliers, Della Ladova, did I say that right? I forgot that name, but he is out.
Yeah, Della Ladova.
He is out for today's game. Hartenstein, he's out for today's game. Sexton is questionable for today's game. And Stevens is downgraded to out for today's game as well with concussion protocol. Washington, like I said, they were just a 1-point favorite against the Lakers, but they did beat the Lakers 116-107. That man, the Wizards really playing some good ball right now. Damn.
Yeah.
Cleveland, they are on a 4-game losing streak. Their last game was on the 28th. They lost 109-104. And Cleveland got problems. You know I saw the highlight the other day when the fucking Love, he just like slapped the ball, and the other team got it and scored.
He's apologized since then.
But they got some apologizing problems right now. But Wizards taking on Cavaliers. What y'all got?
I'm riding with the Wizards again.
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm riding with the Wizards. Minus the 6.5. Actually, I'm gonna do trifecta. First quarter, first half, full game. Wizards.
Oh wow.
The Wizards.
And I got a side prop there for you. Bradley Beal over 29, 5 points. He gonna get 30 tonight. Book it.
Man, and he kind of hurt, huh?
No, he got
Because
banged,
he didn't finish the
but he came back
other
last.
game. All right, well, I mean, I'm on the Wizards too. Last 10 Wizards 9-1. Out of that last 10 on the road, 3-0, 3-0
Mm-hmm.
ATS on the road as well. The Clippers, the Cavs in their last 10, 2-8. 3-7 ATS. The Wizards in their last 10, 8-2 ATS. The Cavs at home, 1-3. 2-2 ATS, but 1-3 straight up. Cavs don't got nothing to play for. It's pretty much a wrap. It's pretty much a wrap for them. They're done. It's nothing. There's no reason for them to play. Meanwhile, the Wizards are holding on to the 10th spot, the last spot in the playoff little tournament thing. As bad as they started off, they still got a shot to get in the playoffs. I think that means something, especially to Russ. So we getting full effort night in, night out. And I mean, they 9-1 out of their last 10. Let's be real. Like, if anybody ain't been watching, Coach keep talking about the Laker game. I was all over the Wizards during that Laker game. So I'm still on the Wizards here. I think 7 is very doable. Orlando just beat this same Cleveland team by 5. So I know the Wizards are a way better team. The Raptors just beat this Cavalier team by double digits. And Washington just beat them by 9 on the 25th. So, and Charlotte beat them. Hell, Charlotte just beat them by 6. So I'm all over Washington. I agree with LJ first half. Maybe I ain't that jumper. I can't go first quarter, first half full game, but I am on full game
Why
-7.
not?
I caught it at 6.5. I don't know. I just don't really because I don't like betting away teams like first quarter early. I barely
I
like
get
betting
you.
away team first half, so that's kind of the
This
reason
this is
why.
this is my theory. If you playing a team that don't have their leading scorer, fade that team, dog.
I mean, I could agree with that. I definitely could agree with that. It makes sense, and they hurt. So I mean,
Because if
yeah,
Sexton was playing, I wouldn't be tripping. But Sexton out, if Sexton's out, they gonna get blew out, bro.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I
We
can
need
agree
to
with that. So,
definitely need to confirm that because right now it's saying that he's questionable. So I don't know what his injury. I mean, did he play last game?
Nope,
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
he been out.
So official plays for this particular game, we got LJ. He likes the Wizards first quarter, first half, and full game spread. Marley, official play just my 6.5, or did you want to add something else to it?
I'm jumping on that first half -3.5 right now as we speak. So, you can put me down for that first half, but I'm not doing that first quarter though. But I do like that. I do like
That's
that
too rich
first
for his
half
blood.
-3.
Too rich.
I'll take that first half -3.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna ride with y'all, man. I caught the Wizards live game last game against the Lakers. You know, I just kind of saw the tide turning and the mojo going on the Wizards side. So I'm gonna go ahead. I wasn't gonna make a play on this one, but after reading everything, and if the leading score is out for the Cavaliers, and like I said, they got problems. Fucking love to spike is volleyball spiking the ball inbounds. They just out of there. So I'm gonna back you guys up too. I'm gonna take the Wizards first half official play. Give me that. I just need Westbrook. Just don't act all crazy, Westbrook.
I
God
just got
damn.
the line for the Philly back up. It's at 8 now.
So Philly at 8.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So LJ, I know you like them Hawks and plus 9.5. You still gonna advise the people on
Of
plus 8?
course.
Okay.
Hey, yes,
So let me.
definitely.
So,
And if anybody wondering about that Wizards first quarter, it's at -2.
and the first half is what?
-3.5.
3.5. Okay, cool. All right. I'm riding. So let's get on to the next game. We got the Spurs taking on the Boston Celtics. Excuse me. This line opened up in favor of Boston -4.5, and the line has been pretty steady at that. It's still the same. The total though has changed. The total opened up at 224.5. Right now it's at 221. The actual factuals, Boston. Excuse me, I was about to say Boston Spurs. San Antonio Spurs, they are 31-30 on the year, 33-27-1 against the spread. The Celtics are 33-30 on the year and 31-32 against the spread. Actual factuals and trends. San Antonio, they are 5-1-1 against the spread in the last 7 games. The under 6 out of the last 8. They're 5-2 straight up in the last 7 games. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games against Boston. 16-2 straight up in the last 18 games against Boston. 4-0-1 against the spread in the last 5 games on the road. 8-1 straight up in the last 9 games when playing on the road against Boston. They're 8-3-1 against the spread in the last 12 games this season.
Wow.
The overs hit 8 out of the last 11 against the Eastern Conference opponent, and the over has hit 7 out of the last 8 times when San Antonio is playing against a Atlantic Division opponent. Yeah, them trends alone have just changed my play for this game.
I'm gonna take this one first because I have a play on this game that I already made.
All right, hold on. Let's get to these Boston action factors real quick. 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games. The overs hit 6 out of the last 9. They're 10-5 straight up in the last 15 games. The overs hit 8 out of the last 10 against San Antonio. The unders hit 11 out of the last 15 at home. They're 1-8 straight up in the last 9 games when playing at home against San Antonio. 2-4 straight up in the last 6 games this season. 7-1 against the spread in the last 8 games against an opponent in the Western Conference. They're 2-6 against the spread in the last 8 games against a Southwest Division opponent. And the total has hit 6 out of the last 9 in the month of April. Injury reports, Lyles, he is out for today's game. As for Boston, Kemba Walker, he is out indefinitely for today's game. San Antonio's coming off a 116-111 loss on the 28th against the Heat, while the Celtics are on a one-game winning streak. They beat Charlotte 120-111 on the 28th. San Antonio Spurs versus the Boston Celtics. Take it away, Marley.
Yeah. I do not trust Boston, dog. I don't care that they beat Charlotte in their last game. Before that, they've been playing, in my opinion, mediocre ass basketball for what they have on that roster. And I personally don't like how the team is constructed. They have no big man, nothing inside. Everything is predicated on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum going one-on-one. If they're not scoring and producing one-on-one, then that team is doing absolutely nothing. So night in and night out, they got to count on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown giving them upwards of 25 to 30 points out of each of them night in, night out. If they don't get that, they're going to lose. They don't play defense as good as they used to play. And believe it or not, San Antonio has been playing actually decent basketball here the last stretch of the season. I won't say they've been playing great basketball, but considering that they're in the West and they don't have a bona fide like star, like it's DeMar DeRozan. Don't nobody think about DeMar DeRozan when they talk about like who doing what in the league right now. So it's really a team game. They in 9th right now in the West, so they still got a chance to get into the playoff. They've won like 3 out of the last 5, but 6 out of the last 10. They're 18-11 on the road, and I'm all over San Antonio with the 4 points. It's no Kemba Walker tonight. They're already light at guard. I think they get Marcus Smart back tonight, but he's been in and out of the lineup. I'm taking San Antonio with the 4 points. I'm even going to sprinkle just a little bit on that money line at plus 165 because I don't believe in Boston. Head-to-head, last 10 games, they 2-8 against San Antonio. San Antonio 8-2. 7-3 ATS in their last 10 head-to-head against Boston. they shoot better against Boston, score better against everything is better against Boston in their last 10 games against Boston. I don't think that trend stops. So until Boston show me otherwise, I got San Antonio plus 4.5.
Well, I'm passing because I echo everything you said about Boston. I don't trust them. Their roster is not fit. You see, they got too many isolation players that want to go one on one. They don't have no inside presence, no rim protection. And as far as the Spurs, I don't trust the Spurs on the road. So
18-11
all
on
those
the
actions.
road.
Hey, yeah, I understand all that, but hey, I ain't trust them in this spot. So I don't trust none of these teams. So
Hey,
pass
look,
for me.
last 10 Spurs on the road, their last 10 games, 5-1-1 ATS on the road.
Who have they been playing though?
I can give you that.
Because I'm
I
pretty
can
sure it
give
wasn't no top 10. It wasn't even a top 10 team in the league, probably.
Boston's not a top 10 in the 10 team in the
I
league.
know that's what I'm saying. I don't think none of those teams you said they probably won against the spread are top 10 teams.
But I'm saying Boston isn't either, so they'll fit right in the category.
Yeah, but I'm just saying anything can happen.
But
So
on
I
the
don't trust.
road, Miami, Washington, their last games on the road. Miami, Washington, New Orleans, Indiana, Phoenix, Toronto, Orlando, Dallas, and 2 games in Denver.
Okay, so they beat Denver
Did
twice.
they beat? No. They lost those games to Denver, but they
Beat
might have
Denver
covered.
twice.
No, they lost, but they
Oh,
might
okay.
have
Well, like I
covered.
said,
ATS.
yeah. Well, I don't care. I ain't taking this game. Pass.
I
Move
got
on.
you. I got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
man. I was definitely gonna take the Celtics in this one, but I didn't know Walker was
Don't do
out,
it.
and then looking at those actual factors for the Spurs, I'm gonna have to pass. So this was gonna be. I was gonna make an official play for that one, but I just scratched that off and replaced it with that Wizards first half for myself. So
There you go.
that
Don't do it
that's
to yourself, coach. You're gonna be mad.
Man,
I'm
yeah.
ride with
telling
the
you.
Spurs, dog.
Here's my thing, Marley. My ex chick, she's from Boston. She used to tell me all the time, you can't bet on Boston. You can't bet against them. And I have not been having no luck since she told me that. Haven't had no. It's like very rare I would get lucky betting on them guys. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just gonna stay away from that one altogether.
I got
You
you.
know what I'm saying? But let's get to the next game. This could have been the marquee matchup of today's slate games, but I don't know the injury report is, so hopefully we can get some of those questions answered when we review this game. But our next game is the Portland Trailblazers traveling all the way to the East Coast to take on the Brooklyn Nets. This line actually opened up in favor of the Nets -1. It has then since flipped to Portland -2.5. The total is at start opened up at 241.5, and it's still the same 241. Get to these actual factuals. Trailblazers, they're 34-28 on the year, 31-31 against the spread. They are 43-20. Brooklyn Nets, excuse me, 43-20 on the year. They're 33-30 against the spread as well. Actual factuals. Portland 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games. The unders hit 10 out of the last 15. Portland's 2-5 straight up in the last 7 games, 1-6 against the spread in the last 7 games against Brooklyn, 11-4 straight up in the last 15 games against Brooklyn. The unders hit 4 out of, but I mean that don't count. That wasn't against this team as it is now. But anyway, the unders hit 4 out of the last 5 on the road. On the road for Portland, they're 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games when playing on the road against Brooklyn. 4-9 straight up in the last 13 games this season. 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games against the Eastern Conference opponent. And the over has hit 9 out of the last 12 when playing against an Atlantic Division opponent. Brooklyn Nets 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games. 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games. Excuse me. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games. 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games. 12-1 straight up in the last 13 games at home. They're 0-5 straight up in the last 5 games against Portland. They're 4-1 against the last 5 games this season. The overs hit 4 out of the last 5 when playing against a West Conference opponent. The unders hit 4 out of the last 5 when playing against a Northwest Division opponent, and they are 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games played in the month of April. Collins is out for Portland today, and like I said, Aldridge out. Even Kevin Durant is doubtful for today's game. Harden is out. Griffin's questionable. Kyrie missed the last game. He's questionable for this game. Brown Jr. He's questionable for this game, and Claxton is doubtful for today's game as well. Portland, they are on a 2-game winning streak. They beat Indiana 133-112 and Memphis 130-109. While Brooklyn's on a 4-game winning streak, beating Boston, Phoenix, Toronto, and Indiana. They beat Indiana 130-113. Was that yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday. But Portland versus Boston. What you got? I'm sorry. Portland versus Brooklyn. What you got, Marley?
I'm going with the concept that there's going to be no Kevin Durant, no James Harden, obviously, and I expect no Kyrie. And so, with that said, I think without those three guys, I got Portland. I took the money line to be on the safe side. I think Portland got to turn it on right now. They're in 7th in the West, which they can either get up to 5th and get out of that playoff scenario, which I'm sure is what they want to do because everybody's still jumbled up right now. But they also can't afford to drop any more games because 7th can turn to 10th real fast because they're all jumbled up with San Antonio, Memphis, and I think Dallas is in that mix. It's a couple other teams. So I actually kind of hope Kyrie plays because I want Dame and CJ to be motivated. I think if they're not, I don't want them to be in there thinking like, you know what I'm saying? It's them without the nets and not no motivation. But either way, I took Portland. I know they kind of haven't been playing that well in the last 10, actually 3-7 in the last 10, and Brooklyn 7-3. But they are 3-1 on the road. Out of those last 10, like 3 wins did come on the road. And ATS, out of those last 10 on the road, they 3-1. So they've been losing at home for some odd reason and playing much better on the road. So I got Portland here. I got the money line. Like I said, I don't think they're going to play. The Stars are going to play. Kevin Durant's already ruled out, I think. So I'm all over Portland here.
I was waiting for the injury report to come out, and I see that Kyrie and Durant probably not going to play. So I'm not going to take a side, but I will take the under.
I was
under
thinking about that.
241.
241 is so high. But
if they not playing,
right. But if they play, they can go over that shit easy.
Yeah, they can go over easy because the Trailblazers gonna give you one. They're gonna give you at least 115.
Right, they don't play no defense.
So they're gonna give you 115. Brooklyn's averaging 119. So what's that? That's 230 points right there almost. So you see what I'm saying? And both of these teams scored 130 points the last game they played. Both of them, 130. So that's 260.
Yeah, it's close. That's why I stayed away from it. But if they don't play, I think you good.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to see. I can't make an official play now, but I want to wait until I see the game. Well, until before tip off to see if Kevin Durant and Kyrie play. But if they do, I'm taking the over. If they don't, I'm taking the under. So I don't have an official play for this game. So just because of the injury situation.
Bet. Coach.
Hey guys, be sure to like, subscribe, follow, hit a like, man. We can get more people in here. I see it's about 7-8 people in here. If you don't mind, just click the like, whatever platform you're watching us on, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. The more likes we get, the more people get involved in the conversation, the more outlooks and advice and notes we get from everybody. So if you don't mind, just hit the like. As for myself for this game, I did want to I had a free play. I got matter of fact, UAG got a special right now, 70% free play with $100 or more deposit. I was gonna throw that down on the Nets, but if KD don't play, if I don't care about Kyrie. If KD don't play, then I'm probably gonna just take. I'm just gonna stay off of it because I don't have look again. Portland's on that list when it comes to NBA teams that when I put my money on them, they lose. When I bet against them, they win. So if KD, but I will say this: if KD and Kyrie don't play, then I would take the Portland money line.
I'm saying they not because the Nets don't care about they first, but do they care about first or second? I don't think they care.
So what is Portland right now? Where are they at right now?
Portland is at 7th. They can
So
easily
look,
drop
check this
out.
out. I'm gonna give y'all a good angle. This is a West Coast team. Brooklyn don't need to win this game because they got Milwaukee back to back this weekend.
Right. I forgot about that. They got Milwaukee next game. I forgot.
Back to
I'm glad
back.
you said that because I meant to bring that up. They got Milwaukee on a back-to-back. That's why I don't think they're playing. That's why I'm saying I don't think they can. Because you want to beat Milwaukee. I don't think you give a shit about Portland.
Yeah, because it's not enough conference, so who cares?
Good. I meant to. Man, I'm glad you said
Quick.
that. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, that
good
was
point.
that was a good note. That was some good notes. And where is Portland right now? They ranked what, 7th?
7th in the West.
Right.
Yep. But like I say, they all jumbled up in the West. So like they lose 2 games, they can go from like 7 to 9 or 10 real quick.
Okay.
Yep.
Because they jumbled up with San Antonio, Memphis, Dallas. What else you got in that little mix?
Okay, so Kyrie Irving, he is out.
Memphis.
Blake Griffin's possibly rest. And they're saying Kevin Durant is rest. So with that being said, you did make a good point. You know, they're about to go back to back against Milwaukee. So I fuck man, I'm gonna make an official play because I'm only sitting on one right now. I'm gonna back you up. I'm gonna take the Trailblazers money line.
Ride with me, man. Ride with me.
Blaze up. Blaze up.
I've been right all week, dog. Ride with me.
Here's who I think is gonna make a difference. Carmelo Anthony back in New York. I think he's gonna.
Oh yeah, sniper off the bench. Sniper
off the bench. I really think next year he need to go back to New York while they streaking, but that's a whole nother conversation. So
I mean, go to the Nets. Everybody else going, just go to the Nets. Who cares?
No, I'm talking about the Knicks. Tell him to go back home.
Oh, nah, he ain't going back to the Knicks. It's too sour relationship.
Thibodeau gonna want him to play too hard.
Nah, he's out with that relationship. He's not gonna go back there. But I'm gonna tell you this though. Don't be surprised if Zion up over there.
At the Knicks?
That's just a nugget. Yep, just a nugget. Just keep it in mind.
Okay. We're gonna see. Well, let's get to the.
He's too big for New Orleans.
Let's get to the co-main event, but it really ain't. Only co-main event. Only because it's starting at 9:00 tonight. So
okay.
We got the Milwaukee Bucks who got upset yesterday by them sorry ass Rockets and cost me some bread. taking on the Chicago Bulls. Milwaukee did open up as a -5 favorite. Right now that line is at -1.5. Some places have it at even 1, like you wager. The total was at 220.5, and right now it's at 220. It's ranging anywhere from 220 to 221.5 right now. Get these actual factuals real quick. Milwaukee Bucks, they are 38-24 on the year. They are 28-34 against the spread, while the Bulls are a sneaky 26-36 on the year. 32-29-1 against the spread. Actual factuals real quick. Milwaukee's 8-3 against the spread in the last 11 games against Chicago. They're 10-0 straight up in the last 10 games against Chicago. The under 5 out of the last 7 on the road. They're 8-0 against the spread in the last 8 games when playing on the road against Chicago. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing against an Eastern Conference opponent. They are Milwaukee's 11-0 straight up in the last 11 games against a Central Division opponent, and they are 13-7 straight up in the last 20 games when playing as a favorite. The Chicago Bulls, they are 4-8 against the spread in the last 12 games, 4-8 straight up in the last 12 games. The under sit 6 out of the last 8 against Milwaukee. They are 9. The under sit 9 out of the last 11 games when they play at home. They're 0-8 against the spread in the last 8 games when playing at home against Milwaukee. The under sit 5 out of the last 6 when playing against a Central Division opponent. They're 4-8 against the spread in the last 12 games in the month of April. 0-9 straight up in the last 9 games when playing on a Friday. And 3-12 straight up in the last 15 games when playing as an underdog. The Greek Freak, he left last night's game. He is questionable for today's game. And T-Pain is questionable as well. Like I said, Levine, he is out. And Brown, he is downgraded to out for today's game as well. Milwaukee, like I said, they were upset at 143-136 against Houston yesterday. And Chicago lost 113-94 on the 20th against Chicago Chicago Bulls.
The Bears.
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 What y'all got, man, on this one?
I ain't got
What?
nothing.
You got nothing? You got nothing? Go ahead. You got nothing?
I don't have nothing because
'Cause I
Chicago
got something.
is missing their leading scorer, so I'm gonna fade them. And Giannis, I don't think he's gonna play because we just talked about that they finna play Brooklyn on the back.
Yep.
So I have no interest in this game, but I gotta ask a question: is Milwaukee and Chicago in the same division?
I'm not sure.
Can y'all check that up for me right quick? Because I know Milwaukee is undefeated in their division; they haven't lost a game. But I don't know if Chicago's in their division. So if they are, I might take Milwaukee, but I'm gonna wait to see if Giannis gonna play. All this is pending 30 minutes before tip off. So Giannis out. Okay. Okay. Well,
Giannis not playing.
I'm passing it. I have no interest in this game.
I do not pass on this game. I've been telling boys all season, I don't trust the Bucks. They are pretenders. Until Giannis gets to a conference finals, which I don't think he makes it this year with the emergence of Brooklyn. So, because I think we get the Nets and Philly in the conference finals. So, with that being said, I hate that the Rockets. I hate the Rockets beat them last night because it makes me feel like they probably come out with a little something today because they lost. But even still, I said this yesterday. Yesterday I said, take the Bucks if Giannis play because the Rockets suck. If Giannis don't play, I don't know who the Bucks are. And I say that again today. I don't know who the Bucks are without Giannis. So I already made the bet. I'm on the Bulls and I'm on the money line. On top of that, they lose today. Because I'm gonna tell you why they lose today. Just what LJ said. They gotta play the Nets tomorrow. I don't think they can. You get up for the Nets or you get up for the Bulls. You pick. You pick. You get up for the Nets or you get up for the Bulls. I don't think they get up for the Bulls. Giannis is out. He got hurt last night, so we definitely know there's no Giannis. I don't know how healthy Drew is, but I know he's coming off an injury. He missed a lot of games. And I just don't trust this Milwaukee team, bro. They are pretenders. And that is my money line play of the day. It is on the fucking Bulls.
Chicago?
They win today. They win tonight.
How much they pay out?
It's only plus 105 or something like that because it's only 1 point favorite. It's not like they're not a huge underdog.
Okay.
But an underdog nonetheless. And I take the Chicago Bulls to bring me the victory tonight. Vucevic.
Woo. You take a chance on that one.
Vucevic balls tonight.
He's questionable. I forgot to say that. He's questionable.
Yeah, Vucevic, he's probable. He plays. Probable means he probably plays. That's how I look at probable. He
Hey,
probably plays.
don't the Bucks, didn't they get Aaron Gordon, or is that the
No,
Nuggets?
that's Denver.
That
I
was
keep
nuts.
I
Yeah.
keep
Yeah, that's Denver. That's Denver.
They got
yeah.
PJ Tucker. Milwaukee got PJ Tucker.
Yeah, they
That's
got
right.
PJ
That's right.
That
Tucker.
makes a
Ye- Yeah, I don't have to play for this
difference.
game. Yeah, I'm a pass on this
You're not
too.
gonna help them beat Philly, dog. They not go. I don't trust. The only thing that got me a little apprehensive is like the Rockets beat them, but that's because Porter went off for 50 last night.
Yeah, that was an anomaly, bro. That was an anomaly.
I
KP
don't
just
see
was
that
going off, bro.
happening. Yeah, if that wouldn't have happened, I definitely would have been. The line wouldn't have been the same. I definitely would have been all over the. I still would have been
Yeah.
all over the Bulls tonight, though. I'm telling you, I might take the L, but
Hey,
I'm riding with the
good,
Bulls tonight.
good,
I already bet
good
on
luck,
it.
my brother.
Yeah, good
I'm
luck on
all
I
that
over the
hope
one.
Bulls,
you cash
dog.
it.
The Bu-
I hope you cash it.
I hope I do too. Hell, yeah.
All right, well, let's get on to the main event for tonight. Some West Coast, late West Coast action. We got the Phoenix Suns hosting the Utah Jazz. This line opened up in favor of the Suns, -5 right now. It's at 4.5 as a consensus. The total's at 225.5 right now. That line has jumped all the way down 5.5 points. It's at 220. Some spots even have it at 219. Get to these actual factuals. Utah Jazz. They're sitting at number one. So these two teams right now battling for that number one spot. Utah Jazz, they are 45 and
They
17 on the
sure
year,
is.
36, 25 and 1 against the spread, while the Suns, they are 44 and 18 on the year, 38, 20 and 1 against the spread. Actual factuals in these trends. Utah, they are 3 and 6 against the spread last 9 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 5. They're 14 and 6 straight up in the last 20 games, but they're 1 and 4 against the spread in the last 5 games against Phoenix. But they're
Mm.
15 and 4 straight up in the last 19 games against Phoenix. The total has gone under 7 out of the last 10 when on the road. They're 4 and 1 straight up in the last 5 games when playing on the road against Phoenix. The total has gone under 6 out of the last 8 games this season. They're 6 and 3 straight up in the last 9 games against an opponent in the Western Conference, and they are 3 and 6 against the spread in the last 9 games in the month of April. Phoenix Suns, the overs hit 12 out of the last 17 games. They are 15 and 4 straight up in the last 19 games. The unders hit 7 out of the last 10 games against Utah. They're 11 and 1 straight up in the last 12 games at home. But they're 1 and 4 straight up in the last 5 games when playing at home against Utah. Like I said before, the overs hit 4 out of the last 6 games this season. They're 1 and 4 straight up in the last 5 games against a Western Conference opponent. 6 and 1 against the spread in the last 7 games against an opponent in the Northwest Division. And the over has hit 13 out of the last 18 games played in the month of April. Injury reports: Conley, he is out for tonight's game. Mitchell is still out with an ankle injury. O'Neal is questionable as well. And Azubuike, he is out indefinitely. For Phoenix, Jay Crowder, he is questionable for today's game. Galloway is probable for today's game. And Sark, did I say it right? I know.
Yeah,
Did I say his
sorry.
name right? He is probable for today's game as well against Utah.
Probably gonna play.
Right. Utah's coming off a 154 to 105 victory against Sacramento. That's right. I took them second half the other night. I took them. So they were big, and I took them just to win second half plus 150 in cash. Phoenix Suns, they are on a 2-game win streak. They beat New York, who was red hot, 118 to 110 over the weekend, and they beat the Clippers the other night, 109 to 101. Utah Jazz versus the Phoenix Suns, the main event on today's Friday slate. Let's start off with you, LJ. What you got?
Man, you know what Ludacris say? Don't step up or get got. Why not? I'm coming for that number one spot. Phoenix,
Yeah.
trifecta, first quarter, first half, full game. Wrap it up, man. These boys, the Suns are serious, man. And not only that, man, I say Chris Paul deserves MVP consideration. These boys didn't even make the playoffs last year, and now they have a chance to get the number one seed in the West. Who does that besides LeBron? Who does that? Who can go to a team and automatically elevate them to the best team in a conference? Bro, hey, I'm riding all day, man. I love, like I said, he's brought leadership to that team. Booker has bought in the same way James Harden didn't buy in Houston because he didn't want to play off the ball with Chris Paul, and we saw where they got to that. So, Phoenix, trifecta, book it.
Okay. Marley with the SIG, what you got?
Oh man, you know, yeah, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. All right. So I already have the Phoenix Suns first half at -2.5. I already have the Phoenix full game -4.5, and I also did a parlay with that's going to be my $5 come up. I'll put everybody in on that for the day. But I agree. No Mitchell, no Conley. Just not enough. That 154 they put up against the Kings, sounds good. 154 points, a lot of points. But let's be real, it was against the Kings. And I want to say the Kings didn't even have De'Aaron Fox. If they had De'Aaron Fox, they didn't have Buddy Hield. One of them two sat out that game. And even if they did, it's still the Kings. Let's just be real. They're not going to put up nowhere near close to that on this Phoenix Suns team, especially at home with the number one spot on the line. No Mitchell, no Conley. I agree with everything LJ said. We actually been talking about this for I want to say since All-Star break at least that Chris Paul deserves at least a vote, if not to be in the conversation for MVP. We've been on that since I want to say before halftime, before All-Star break for sure. We've been talking about that. Like I said, with that being said, I didn't do first quarter. I'm looking at it. It's -1. I definitely think it's a good bet. Probably will jump on that too. I agree. If I didn't really agree with the trifecta the first time, I just think the Suns got so much to play for. I think they want to prove. I think it's one of those let's prove a point games. Even if it's not let's prove a point, it's still say let's go get the number one spot, if anything. So even if it's not, let's make a statement and say that we are here. If anything, let's go wrap up the West. That makes a bigger statement than anything, since it's not really a home court advantage this season. But to say that we came out and won the West, especially for a young team, to say we came out and won the West after not even making the playoffs last year, that's a huge step. And they're at home on top of that. So I'm all over Phoenix, man, first half and full game.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna back y'all up. I think this is the second game we all agree on, but official play, I'm gonna take the Suns -4.5 for the full game. I do like that first half play as well, especially with Conley being out. But I'm just gonna ride for the full game of playing consistent ball. My only thing is when the Suns go up, when they go up by double digits, especially in the first half, they start slacking off in the second half, but then they'll pick it up a little bit within the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. So hopefully we can keep that going. And I'm gonna ride with you. I'm gonna take the Suns -4.5 for the full game. So before we get to the $5 come up, let's just do a quick recap and let me know if I got them all right. But LJ, you had the Hawks +8. You did a trifecta on the Wizards first quarter, first half, and full game -6.5. And you did another trifecta for the Suns first quarter, first half, and full game -4.5. Did I leave
That
anything
is
out?
it, my friend.
All right,
Nope,
all
you
right.
good. That's me.
All right, Marley. Marley got the Wizards -6.5 for the full game and first half. He has the Spurs +4.5, the Trailblazers money line, Bulls money line, and Suns first half and full game -4.5. All right. As for myself, I got the Wizards first half, Trailblazers money line, and the Suns minus 4.5. If I end up having a good game with the Wizards and the Trailblazers, I'm probably gonna do the same thing I did the other night and not stress and just take the Suns minus 4.5 or catch it in the end game when the Jazz go on a little run, and I can probably get some better value at the money line for the Suns. But those are our official plays for today. So let's get to the $5 come up. What you got today for the $5 come up?
$5 come up, man. We got let me see. I wrote that whole down. Let me get to my page. I got Spurs plus 4.5. Blazers money line. Wizards minus 6.5. And we just gonna be safe and go with the Suns money line on the parlay. That's the $5 come up right there, man. Spurs plus 4.5. Blazers money line. Wizards minus 6.5. Suns money line. 4 team up, $5 come up.
Okay.
I'll go hit. We go hit today.
I got a struggle parlay, a real struggle parlay. One of my accounts, I had $3 left in it, so I took the Astros money line with Lance McCullers pitching. All right, I don't know how they're doing right now. I took the Boston Red Sox run line plus 100. Okay, I took the Nets, which I'm probably gonna lose that one, plus 130. So this was early in the morning before I knew all the actual factors. I took the Bucks money line minus 115. I took the Suns minus 180. I took the Wizards first half money line, and then I took the Celtics first half minus 2. So $3 will win me 200 on that struggle parlay, which I'm
nice
probably
that's a nice go up though.
that
Hey,
hit.
since we doing parlays, can the parlay king speak? Can I speak?
Go ahead.
Because I got a nice 16er across 3 sports. Yankees run line. I'm with coach on the Astros. I got the Padres, Yu Darvish pitching, run line. I got the Wizards. I got the Suns. I got the Jets in hockey. And I got the Golden Knights. Money line and run line, bro. That's my 16 parlay. And that sucker go hit.
Yeah, I ain't been paying attention to no hockey.
No,
Man. I
hockey,
need to get
man,
that.
hockey is easy money, dog. I'm telling you, dog.
It's easy money. Easy money.
Most of the time, the favorites win.
Yep.
That's how you bet hockey, bro. Majority of the time, the favorites win.
Yeah.
Man,
and if they do lose, if the favorites lose, you got to come back and take them the next game. Because they're not going to lose 2 in a row because they play the same team.
Except the motherfucking Lightning, dog. I stopped.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about the Lightning, bro.
We don't talk about the Lightning no more.
Lightning.
But the Golden Knights, them Vegas Knights riding, bro. Them boys on an 11-game winning streak.
Yeah, the Knights be rocking.
I need to jump on. I know for my under bets that I used to do, I always used to do the unders whenever Montreal used to play.
That's not good no more. You can't just ride under no more. That shit is not good. Hell nah. Them niggas be scoring in hockey now.
Okay. Well, y'all got anything, man? Y'all got anything?
Nah, that's it for me.
Hey, I don't know if y'all saw, but LeBron's supposed to come back tonight against the Kings. I don't know if he's making it official.
Oh, that's why that line is the way it is. I was wondering why that line like that.
He said he's gonna test his ankle out at pregame to see what it's looking like.
Huh. I'm still staying away because the Kings, you just don't know. They gave up 154. Shit, what the?
Hey,
so with no Mitchell.
I'm jumping on it. If LeBron plays, I'm jumping on that. Like,
but that's I mean, you got time. That's a late game, so I got time.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We got time. We just, I'm just throwing it out there. Watch out. See if LeBron plays tonight. Other than that, I'm good.
What about where you at, LJ? You out there eating something? Look like you in the Heights area or something.
Man, I'm out here in Katy, man. I'm at this little coffee bistro in Katy Mills. Just got off work, so I just chilled, do the podcast with y'all before I
Okay.
drove home. Take me about an hour to go home, so I'm just chilling right now.
Okay. Well, what y'all think about the draft tonight? Do y'all Texans, are they on the board tonight or that's tomorrow?
No, I don't
Bears.
know if we got a. Yeah. Perfect answer. Who the hell cares?
That part.
All right.
That part.
Well, hey, gamblers around the world, people, we appreciate y'all tuning in for today's game. Let's make some money. LJ,
Hey, can I ask a
appreciate you
question though?
stepping
Can I
on.
ask a question before we go?
Go ahead.
United
Hold on,
Days
Coach.
say
Hold on,
shout out
Coach.
my barber. What's up, Trey?
Hey, check this out. So we did see last night that Aaron Rodgers say he's not playing for Green Bay anymore, right?
Yes, that's crazy. 49ers. I saw
So Deshaun
the
Watson did the same. No,
Go ahead. Speak on it, because
go
I
ahead.
was
no, I
waiting
was
for
going to
you.
say that Deshaun Watson did the same exact thing. Now we can see the white privilege. This situation.
Yep.
Let's see what happens to Aaron Rodgers. The fact that he didn't came out and say he does not want to play with this team anymore.
Ain't nobody gonna
Let's
say
see how
shit.
they handle that situation.
Brett Favre ain't gonna say shit. Who else came out and said shit? Nobody gonna say shit. Brett Favre didn't piss me off, honestly. Like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. I don't want to get too into it, but bro, shut the fuck up. Sit your old ass down. You ain't
Who
even. I never.
let
Hey,
me
Sit your old ass. Man, all right, I'm done.
let me let me
Before I
ask
say
you this.
something,
How long ago was it that Rodgers had renegotiated his contract? Didn't he just do that recently or what?
I can't
who?
remember.
Watson?
His contract. Watson
He
or
signed. He signed the
Watts?
extension last year.
No, Rodgers.
Oh
Rodgers.
no,
Oh, Rodgers. He resigned 2 years ago.
like
They
yeah,
gave
like
him that 100 million 2 years ago.
Okay.
But
he
he
just mad. He mad because they drafted
was on the
Love.
contract.
Rogers' whole thing, they drafted Love. That's all that is.
And
Okay. And
did you see on the sports books? Did y'all see on the sports books that they got Denver now plus money to win the Super Bowl because they think that he gonna get traded to Denver? Because last year they missed out on Tampa Bay because Brady signed with Tampa Bay and it was still like 50-1 odds for them to go. So they're
Packers,
not gonna
Packers
do the
say they
mistake
not
this
trading
year.
him. Packers say they not trading him.
Man, okay, well, like I said, let's see how the white finish work out. I just want to see how this goes. That's all.
Him
That's
in
all I'm
Denver.
saying.
Him in Denver is oh shit.
Why
who
does
got the
Denver
first
always
pick?
get the retread? They got paid Manning. Like,
I don't
what's
know,
up with
but
Denver?
that's a nice offense. Him in Denver with Sutton and Jerry Judy, and I can't think of the tight end. They got a nice tight end too. Then you get Von Miller back and
Chubb,
what's the other edge rusher?
Bradley Chubb. I
Chubb.
think it's
Yeah,
Bradley Chubb, right? Yeah.
Chubb. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
But we'll see.
I mean, but
But
and I'm right there with you, LJ. I was waiting on this too. I wasn't gonna say shit. I was gonna let a couple of days go by because everything on the draft. But what the kind of feedback on what T said, they like, Rodgers is mad because they drafted a quarterback last year. Well, fuck, Watson was pissed because they traded Hopkins away on
Yeah,
some
but
dumb shit.
Watson, but
exactly.
Watson, but Watson's black.
Oh yeah. But I'm just saying. We gonna see,
It's a big
and then we
difference.
definitely gonna see
They're not going to say that. What they're going to say is this is a Super Bowl quarterback. He's earned the right to do this. He's 30x. He was the MVP. They slighted him. Blah 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 blah. That's what they gonna say.
they
But
gonna
Yeah,
say
that's the
pick up
narrative.
some
Yeah,
skill. I
that's
tell you
gonna be
one
the narrative.
thing,
I mean, that's what they're gonna say.
in the
But
next
at the end
couple
of the day,
in the
Watson's
next
black.
couple of months, I would not
We
be
need
surprised if some skeletons come out of the closet for Aaron Rodgers.
no,
Of
no.
He,
course,
I
I think
don't think
so.
so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
But they might cover it up though. They might sweep it under the rug.
Man, that boy is hosting Jeopardy. Nothing for to come out on against this man. Y'all tripping, man.
hey,
That boy's
speak.
on local national television hosting a talk show. That man is good.
Let me ask y'all something real quick. What's the name of Watson's before we get out? What's the name of Watson's Philly cheesesteak spot? What's that
Oh, I
all
don't know.
about?
They need to call that whole Freaky White.
Freaky wide.
Freaky White.
Freaky Wide in the
Freaking
house.
wide. Cause he tripping. Don't get me wrong. He tripping. I don't fuck with the Texans, but he tripping. He tripping.
He tripping
Rubbing your dick
hard.
on people.
He
Rubbing your
tripping.
dick on people. What you doing, bro? He doing lame, bro. He doing real. He looking real lame. Rubbing your dick on
Man,
people.
everybody
Come on,
do
bro. Come on, bro. Just go
Everybody
to the
does
club.
that.
Bro, just go to the club, the strip club, and pick a
LJ.
thought. Take her home, bro.
Bro, but not even that. It's chicks on Instagram that's all they do. Hey, all you gotta do, fly me out, baby. Fly me out. Let me hang out in your house for a little bit. We go to the gallery. I'll buy my own shit, and then I get that pussy
Whatever.
anytime.
Just do some normal rich person shit. Don't do no lame shit. Rubbing your dick on people like that's lame. What you doing?
Nigga is tripping with that amount of money, and then the position he's in.
Freaky White, bro. That's why I call that boy Freaky White. That's his new nigga.
He tripping.
You gotta say allegedly, because he hasn't been charged with anything. You gotta say allegedly.
I don't. He's still rubbing, and he rubbing his dick on people. He might not be raping people, but he rubbing his dick on people.
Hell nah, he doing too much.
Yeah, he doing too.
One week is I ain't do none of that. Then the next week was well, they did agree to.
I mean, I don't think he did nothing egregious, but he's still Freaky White. He out of control. Freaky White.
Freaky White with the coffin. Hey man, I'm out, dog. Hey, we appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Let's make some money. And what you gotta say, Marley?
Let's beat Vegas.
We out of here.
That's it, man.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey.